Hello everyone, and welcome to the Realist TV show podcast. This is the perfect place for your daily inspiration because we focus on the goodness in your lives. We tell you what really matters, and that's what matters. I'm your host, Bhavani Toma. Welcome. Episode 4. Your ingredients contains greatness. So let's get straight to it. Now, what I want you to think about is, if you observe every single thing in this planet, and if you observe every single thing in this universe, so I'm talking from your mobile phone, your car, your alarm clock, the roads, your house, planet Mars, Jupiter, the stars, every single thing that you can think of is made up from the fundamental elements of the universe. So everything is made up from atoms, and without going too deep, these atoms are made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons. And depending on the variation and the ratio between the protons, neutrons, and electrons forms an atom or a particle. So everything is made up essentially of the same thing. The only difference is the state of vibration. So if there is more protons compared to the neutrons and electrons, then that atom is in a different vibration, and because it's in a different vibration, it is observed differently by the human being. So that is quite an important fact. Every single thing is made up from the same thing. So you don't really have to be a genius to understand that we are all one. So often people will say that, we're all one, everything is one, but this is saying that we are one from a scientific point of view, right? And if the case is that we are all one scientifically, then that means that everything was together at one stage. So I don't want to go too deep in terms of the Big Bang Theory and all that kind of stuff, but what I do want to say is that everything is made up from the same elements of the universe. So yes, we are all one. Now, planet Earth is just one planet amongst many, many planets that are made up of exactly the same thing. So whatever is flowing through your body, the blood, bones, tendons, muscles, every single thing in your body is the same as what is inside a star. So that means that we are very powerful, and we have the same elements that are naturally embedded in these beautiful planets and stars above us. If we look at the planet Earth as a comparison to the universe, bearing in mind everything is made up from the same elements. If we look at planet Earth as a percentage of the universe, it comes to a percentage of 0.0000060 zeros, right? 0.6003%. So imagine how small that number is. 0.0000060 times 3%. In mathematics, for example, if you had 1 plus 0.000000060 zeros 3%, that number is so significantly small compared to the number 1. It's so tiny that we ignore it because it has no effect. It's called negligible in mathematics. So oftentimes you'll see it like 100.000000001%. You just call it 100%. So if we use the same analogy here and use this comparison for the size of the planet Earth compared to the universe, we come to a serious conclusion to say that the Earth is so small in comparison to the size of the universe that it can be considered negligible, which means that it actually doesn't even exist. So, based on that theory, if planet Earth is so small that it doesn't even exist, then what does that say about the human species? Well, that means that we also don't exist. So, to conclude, what I'm trying to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, is if planet Earth doesn't exist, if humans don't exist, then what does that say about your problems? They don't even exist. They are created by yourself in your mind. Now, this analogy that I have just explained is just some simple facts about this beautiful world that we live in. And like I repeat quite often, you can learn everything about life by just observing around you, by just looking at nature, by looking at this creative power that has manifested everything around you. So really take this into consideration and try to understand this theory. It is very normal to find yourself worrying, stressing, and being concerned about certain things, perhaps relationship related or business related. It could be anything, but you get tensed and worked up, and sometimes these problems really take over our lives. Now, what I have done with myself when I find myself in a situation like this is recap the analogy that I just did, and 99.999% of the time, it makes me feel much, much, much better, because I am just going through some simple facts, and these are facts that are done by scientists around the world, that as a species, or let alone a species, just as a planet, we are so significantly small to the entire universe that we don't even exist. So our problems don't even exist. Our human mind oftentimes create problems through thought patterns, and if we can use this theory just to make ourselves understand that things are not as bad as we think they are, I think that can be really good for a lot of people. A problem is only a problem when it is labeled a problem. So take that label off and throw it away, and really, really try and understand that there are no problems in life. There are just lessons to be learned and experiences to gain. I oftentimes call them character building exercises. So things are happening to build your character, but being consciously aware that the exact same elements that are running through your body is made up from the same elements as the sun that shines on you every single day, and the moon that glistens the night, and the stars in the sky that you ponder at. So just understand that you really are it, because you're made of it. Just check your ingredients. You know, if humans came with a label on there with some ingredients, if you turn it over, it will say made with only greatness. So remember that you're made of greatness and infinite possibilities. I hope you've enjoyed episode number 4. Remember who you are, and I'll be back very, very soon. Take care, and God bless you. Ciao.